All right, so for today's deep dive, we're looking at some sources that present, well, a really stark choice. It's about where you put your deepest trust.
It is. The entire argument is structured around these extreme contrasts.
Right. It's this mission to understand the argument for, I guess, a radical refocusing of your affections.
Exactly. We're looking at sources that say, everything in the worldly column of beauty, it's all designed to fade,
Yeah.
while the divine side is presented as absolutely eternal.
Okay, so let's dig into that, starting with love.
Yeah.
When we look at, say, human or worldly love, what's the fundamental problem the source identifies?
Well, they argue it's ephemeral. It's tied to our moods, our
It's
circumstances
conditional.
vary. The source says it rises and falls like the tide, and that while it might warm the heart for a bit, it ultimately cannot anchor the soul.
But wait a second, we all know examples of incredible human love. I mean, long marriages, deep friendships. Are these sources just dismissing all of that?
That's the key question, isn't it? And they aren't saying it's worthless. Not at all. They're saying it's limited because humans are, well, imperfect.
So it's a difference in quality.
Precisely. The contrast is that Christ's love is defined as unchanging in its nature, unwavering in its purpose, and unfailing in its reach. The source stresses this is a commitment from everlasting to everlasting.
And I think this is where it gets really interesting for anyone listening. The text emphasizes this active nature, a love that seeks you before you even seek it. Why should that matter more than the comfort you get from a good relationship here and now?
Because it's presented as the only love that outlasts every storm. Worldly comfort can be taken away. This love, the source argues, cannot. It holds eternally.
So it's the difference between a temporary shelter and a permanent home.
That's a great way to put it. One offers comfort, the other offers lasting rest.
Okay, so if love is transient, let's turn to beauty, which is maybe even more obviously temporary. How do the sources handle that contrast?
Well, worldly beauty is defined pretty much by its impermanence. It fades with years and shifts with trends.
It's exhausting.
It is. The text says it dazzles the eye but leaves the heart empty because we're chasing standards that change with every season.
So on the other side, Christ's beauty is described with words like unfading and glorious, but it points to abstract traits like holiness, mercy, truth. How do those translate into something you'd call beauty?
And that's what's so compelling here. The beauty isn't about appearance, it's about character. And the source claims that character has a transformative effect.
An effect on the person observing it.
Yes. This kind of beauty awakens the soul and fills it with wonder. And crucially, unlike earthly charm, it grows brighter the more we gaze upon it. Your appreciation deepens over time instead of fading. It sort of renews your entire being.
So let's bring this all home. What's the core takeaway for you, the listener? It feels like a very practical call to action about where you anchor your energy.
It is. It's an urge not to let transient loves or fleeting beauty capture your heart.
The goal is to fix your affections on him who remains forever.
Right. And the result of that choice, the text suggests, is that when Christ fills your heart, lesser things lose their power. Worldly charms just, well, they lose their shine.
And that's a powerful promise. The sources argue that in Christ, you will find the love that satisfies every longing.
Indeed. And maybe this is the final thought to leave you with. The text suggests that while worldly love can offer real comfort, only this steadfast love can truly heal every wound and provide the rest that worldly affections only promise. So you might ask yourself, what part of my current pursuits are driven by a search for comfort versus a search for that lasting rest?